Hey, well, how's it going? Hey, you made it to 2023. That's right, you escaped the dreaded 2020 trilogy, and you're in the New Year's. Also, welcome to part 2 of the New Year special. Had a hell of a hangover, huh? Well, it rained last night. So don't mind the weather. Oh, and, yeah, welcome to part 2 of the New Year special, where we get to talk about the New Year and what to do if you want to survive 2023.
Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Okay, you guys can go ahead and argue with each other about whether or not I brushed my teeth. However, did you brush your teeth? But anyway, instead of worrying about teeth brushing, we need to worry about 2023, because 2023 is going to be that elephant in the room. It's the new year, for crying out loud. So with that totally said, let's get right on going to it. However, in case some of you guys are curious, my New Year's resolution of 2023 is to essentially look around and reevaluate what I have. As a matter of fact, what I mean by that is figuring out what needs to be upgraded. What do I need more of? Do I need to have like a reevaluated, do I need a new layout for what, or this and that? It's essentially, in a nutshell, maintenance and maintenance. That totally said. That's going to be, hard at work, heavy maintenance. Yeah, crazy, I know. It's my New Year's resolution, and it definitely should be your New Year's resolution too, because here's where we get to segue into what I was wanting to talk about. There are very much tips that you should keep in mind and keep in dear if you want to survive the new year that is 2023. And with that totally said, you're definitely going to need those tips, and that's where my New Year's resolution plays a role. The biggest tip for surviving the new year, and something we should consider more of, is to not trust the new year. Do not trust 2023. And that totally said, don't get cocky. And if you decided to go ahead and be like, haha, in your face 2022, suck it 2022, yeah, in your face 2022, you suck 2022, see you later, don't want you back, this and that, after I warned you at the end of part 1 not to do that, then, then you really need to really consider this tip. Do not trust 2023. I didn't trust 2022. I made some predictions as to what's going to happen, and boy, oh boy, did it prevail. So with that totally said, and I've said it, please do not trust that new year. Go into that new year very, very carefully. Now on to the second tip that you should be keeping in mind of, and that's where my New Year's resolution plays a role. Be prepared for 2023, especially in case it goes downhill. With that totally said, like I said, reevaluate everything you have. Reevaluate what technology you need more of, or what content you need more of, or what you need more of. Reevaluate of what you need to upgrade or make upgrades of. Reevaluate fallen technology or fallen things that need to be replaced. Because considering all of it, like I said, maintenance, this maintenance is going to help you out in the long run, and it is going to help you out in terms of surviving 2023. Because 2023 can go very downhill. This is going to be a huge warning. That totally said, something might happen, an event horizon, possibly, that could affect gaming content. And yes, we're talking about content that we buy from the stores and load up or download to our hard drives or solid state drives on our consoles and gaming PCs. to essentially just boot up and play. Because here's the thing, the games. If we're having to put more than just money, especially $70, keep in mind, because it's taking a lot of more effort than ever to get a hold of a game. It takes blood, sweat, and tears, and time, especially time researching and looking for an opportunity to swing in and get a hold of things. And if we're having to make this heavy amount of effort to get a game, it better damn well be worth it. Because games of today aren't really doing so well. Because we're seeing games get rushed out and made with less effort. We're seeing games released with less than ever. Not only that, but we're also seeing predatory microtransaction practices, such as aggressive microtransactions, or let's also say we are seeing more anti-consumer shenanigans and more anti-video game preservation shenanigans, especially if we're going to talk about the licensing complications that a lot of people who kind of re-release retro games, or known for re-releasing retro games, have issues with. We're talking about, remember in part 1, we talked about the House of the Dead remake and the rights hell involving the classic tracks, and of course, if this is going to be the shindig for Forever Entertainment or the developers of the House of the Dead remake, then it's going to be an issue for Hamster, Blaze Entertainment, and M2, etc. So something you're going to want to keep in mind about. And also, let's not forget about the censorship, the cases of excessive censorship that keeps hitting up games from left and right, regardless of the game's age rating, and especially around the world. Not even Japan is safe. That totally said. The next tip. That's right. The next tip I have to stress throughout 2021, 2022, and I have to stress this throughout 2023. Okay? You want the good of 2023, you're going to have to use both of your hands. You're going to have to do it yourself. Because here is the thing, you're going to have to start putting up a fight. And as you put up a fight, you better be ready to take some losses. Something you're going to want to keep in mind about. So, with that totally said, you're going to have to use your two bare hands to make the best of, okay? Here is the thing. I had to essentially bust my own butt to replace the TV in my living room. I had to also bust my own butt to get the parts to build my own computer. I had to literally do what I can to bust my ass to ensure we have more balance in content selections. We needed more waifus of gaming. We got more waifus of gaming. We needed more video game classics. More video game classics. We needed more modern games. We needed more modern games. I made sure that was the case, and I had to do that. And whatever was going on outside of my videos, I had to bust my ass to make more of a possibility. Alright, it was not an easy road. It is not a very, very easy road. So, something you're gonna want to keep in mind about. And, of course, this final tip, and yeah, I know it sounds like as if I've already talked about this before on my first tip, but this wonderful final tip is to be careful and be very cautious when surviving 2023. Because that totally said, we've seen a lot of situations happen from left and right. I've opened up my TikTok For You page and I've ran across into something that's very well alarming. And of course, from observations of past situations and current situations going on and current things that are going on in today's environment, I had to basically think long and hard and just do a lot more of evaluating previous, current time, thinking about the future, basically taking a step back and analyzing a whole lot of stuff from left and right. And with that totally said, that's how I know that, okay, we're having to be careful with our activities, indoor, outdoor, in the comfort of our own home, because things are bad the way that it is, and it's not like the good old days where we can just go into our grocery stores and then go ahead and just spend 1.5 hours shopping and gathering up all the food from left and right. You better make sure you make your grocery trips way shorter, and you better make sure you get plenty, absolutely, but you better make sure you don't stick around too long. That is an example of proceeding with things with more caution, and that is going to be the thing. Now, with that totally said, here are some 4 tips, and yes, we're recapping right now, the 4 tips to have you keep in mind about. So, do not trust the new year. Be prepared for the new year. Make the best of the new year with effort. That's right. And of course, be cautious and careful. That totally said, keeping in mind these 4 tips that I just mentioned throughout the video, you will basically be able to more likely to be less miserable when you're surviving 2023, because congratulations, you managed to save your own booty butt in the event this new year goes to hell. Just like always. Because let's be honest here, if last decade, especially 2016 to 2019, didn't teach you anything, then let that 2020 trilogy, that's right, 2020, 2021, and 2022, teach you something. Provide you of what to expect. And with that totally said, that is all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out. This is a video product made by a fellow gamer man. We hope that you enjoy the content, and we also hope that you enjoyed the shenanigans. We'll be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out. Heyo!